Thank you, Director Ceremony. The Honorable Acting Prime Minister of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, I thank you very much for joining us today. Honorable Prime Minister, and dear sister, Miyama Motley, Honorable Prime Ministers and dear brothers, Prime Minister Drew, Prime Minister Mitchell, I know you all traveled from very far to join us here, an indication of the importance you attach to these events and your love for the African Export-Import Bank and the activities it organizes. Baba, the chair of the Inter-African Trade Fair 2025 Advisory Council and the former president of Nigeria, yesterday I set out the role you played, making it possible for us to be doing what we are doing today, to be doing what we are doing this week. And I want to use this opportunity to thank you again. Honorable ministers are here with us from the Caribbean and also from the continent. Your Excellencies, I also recognize some of the members of the African Trade Fair Advisory Council who are here with us. Also the executives, my colleagues at the Afrexim Bank and heads of our Afrexim Bank subsidiaries, corporate leaders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I must say that previous speakers have said literally everything that ought to be said about what we are doing today. But because I'm here at the podium, I have to add a few words. So please pardon me if I repeat some of the things you've heard. Very important things that have been said, insightful things. It's a great honor to address you today. We are here live today. Frantz Fanon will have celebrated his 100th birthday in July this year. It is indeed remarkable that in the year of his centenary, we gather in Algiers to mark Africa Diaspora Day at IATF 2025. As a young Pan-Africanist, Frantz Fanon, a native of Martinique in the Caribbean, joined his brave brothers and sisters here in Algeria in the struggle against the ravages of colonialism. His work in the 1950s reminds us of the significance of today's events, which is that Africans must unite wherever they may be, regardless of beliefs, color, gender, or political persuasion. This has become more urgent in today's world, where in many cases, people of African descent are singled out for suspicion and ill treatment. And despite our numbers, despite our abundant resources, we have been unable to rise above the odium of scorn and disrespect. Because for years, we have been divided, fragmented, and made to hate one another. If the life of Frantz Fanon teaches us anything, it is that unity is possible if there is the will. As we mark the Diaspora Day, we are reminded that the work ahead of us is to use the force of our collective endeavors and knowledge to build a solid economy for ourselves and by ourselves. The opportunity is indeed enormous, but has remained latent because we have failed to awaken it. With a population of about 2 billion people and an estimated combined GDP of approximately $4 trillion, an integrated ring-fence economy of the people of African descent presents an unparalleled economic opportunity for those within it. But to realize the opportunities, we must turn global Africa into a cohesive and coherent market. The divide and conquer strategy that colonialism and neocolonialism used to tear us apart must end, and we must be the people to end it. We must regain confidence in ourselves and our abilities. We must take deliberate actions to produce within our communities, sell within our communities, and take pride in consuming what is produced within our communities. For instance, people of African descent have produced some of the world's best sprinters, long-distance runners, and soccer players, as Prime Minister Mitchell recounted. Yet, there's no arrangement to harness their talents for economic gains for ourselves. The result is that we have been sweat laborers, while those who control the games and the talents, our games and our talents, smile to the bank as sweat merchants, getting richer as we got poorer. So today, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on Frantz Fanon's centenary, in a country where he helped redefine Pan-Africanism, we take the effort of the 1950s to a step further by beginning to erect a superstructure of global Africa on the foundations of Pan-Africanism. On the basis that our concept of global Africa can be defined as Pan-Africanism underpinned by markets and the capital we own and control, we see today's events as pivotal in driving that new agenda. It is holding at the IATF, where we are all exposed to unparalleled global Africa market opportunities across commodities, manufacturers, the creative industry, and other services. It also convenes an extensive array of financiers of all types and from all locations. It takes place under the auspices of an impressive array of political leaders, leadership of continental Africa, the CARICOM, and elsewhere. And shortly, we will be launching the Africa Trade and Distribution Company, a direct response by Afrexim Bank and its partners to ensure that Africans begin to trade what they produce. The story of our continent, and indeed, even in the Caribbean, is that people produce what we have as resources. Other people produce them, other people trade them, other people manufacture them, and we only consume and they pay us royalties. Because of that, we get poorer and they get richer. So as we launch the trading company, we are making the statement that we are about to end that. I must therefore thank all our leaders who found the time to join us here today. I'm aware that most of you are headed to the second CARICOM African Union Summit holding in Addis Ababa on September 7, 2025, just 2 days from now. I thank you for managing to squeeze in this event in your calendar and for your tremendous support for our work towards the economic empowerment of all Africans. It is the political leadership you provide that can help us achieve the goals set for ourselves. In particular, we thank you for supporting the effort to establish the Global Africa Commission as the institutional vehicle for driving this initiative. We hope that you will strongly canvass this agenda at that summit. We also hope that gradually we will begin to see our dreams come true regarding the launch of the Global Africa Athletics Championship. Prime Minister Michel called it out, and I hope that very soon we begin to move from talking to doing. I also hope we can launch an expanded Unity Cup, building on what we already did when we did the dry run of a four-nation Unity Cup a few months ago. Allow me to close by once again extending our appreciation to the government and people of Algeria under the leadership of His Excellency President Majid Tebboune for giving us the opportunity to hold this event. Special thanks to all the dignitaries, as well as artists, performers, speakers, partners, who made this day interactive and who will be also be performing later in this event and also overall during the IATF. Some of these, including chefs, will be sharing the experience of the divergence and variety of what Global Africa offers. I thank you all for your kind attention and wish us a very, very successful meeting.
Thank you, Professor Benedict Ourama.